Who is going to play Mridanga? Welcome all of you. You all can see the mantra. Please repeat after me. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
So scientific researchers have shown that this type of mantra meditation, especially this mantra which I told you just now, is immensely beneficial in relieving your mind from the stress, in giving you focus and concentration, and giving you a quality called relaxed alertness. So now we are going to sing in the beginning, few minutes. When I sing, you all will hear. When I stop, you will repeat after me. Okay? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. कृष्ण महामंत्र की नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. So I am sure many of you may be starting your first year. How many of you are joining the first year this year? Almost all of you. Okay. So welcome to America. I'm sure many of you must have come from India and just now entering into the colleges. Mostly Northeastern University, I believe, right? Yeah, Suffolk also. Okay, Suffolk. Any other university has come here? Boston University has come? Anything? Okay. How many of you Northeastern University? Okay. So welcome to everybody. So you are able to see the PPT here?
Yes.
Yeah. There is one thing we all are looking for in life. Can anybody guess what it is? There is one thing, everybody will agree with this answer. There is one thing we are looking for. What is it? Okay, somebody said peace, happiness. What's your good name?
Peace.
Aditi said peace.
Dhriti.
Dhriti said peace. Who said happiness? What's your name? Aditya said happiness. Yes, happiness. Give him an applause. So, it is true that we are looking for peace. Dhriti said peace. Actually, she also meant peace also means happiness, correct? Yeah, happiness is included. So we are looking for peace. We don't want problems. Right now you all are peaceful now because you got into good university in America now and no more examination tension immediately, at least for some months at least. So we are looking for peace and looking for happiness also. But everybody finds happiness in varieties of things, as you see here, you will see. See, when you are a small child, you are looking for a balloon or a tricycle, or in a football playing as you grow up. And then you find happiness in various things. In different age groups, age brackets, you have different type of happiness, isn't it? If anybody tells the correct answer, you are going to get a prize. Please come here. What's your good name, sir? Yes, sir? Aditya, come here, please. So we'll give Aditya and Dhriti will give them. I will give an applause for him. So, we are looking for happiness in different things in different ages, isn't it? And there are also people trying different things, you see. People trying different type of fashions. People also try to do some skydiving or bike riding, daredevil activities. Of course, people try in sports also. The goal is happiness ultimately, isn't it? Some are trying in intoxication. Yes, we are all looking for happiness, but essentially you will see people find happiness in eating. This is another famous one. As soon as there is a holiday, people like sleeping or mating or different things. This is said in the Mahabharata. Aha nidra bhayamaitunam cha samanyametat pashubirnaranam. It is said animals also do the same 4 activities you will see. They also have friends. They also have fun. They also have family. They find happiness in eating. Actually, what is our eating compared to elephant's eating? Elephant can eat tons of food. We can only eat little bit, 3 times a day. You see, the polar bear sleeps 6 months in a year, they sleep. This is a pigeon mating, defending. So they also do the 4 activities. So we can ask a question, if the activities are same in humans and animals, then what are we different than them? Yes? She is saying in doing bhakti.
We have the ability to do bhakti.
She is saying we have the ability to do bhakti. Let us see what is the difference. Okay. Do animals lack intelligence?
No.
They also have intelligence. Like if a lady has a milk in the kitchen, the cat walks very silently with the nails down, so that nobody will notice the cat's coming. Cat will never make a noise, meow, because he knows he'll be caught or he'll be driven away. So animals also have intelligence. If you pick up a stone, immediately a bird fly away. They know that he may hit me. So they also have intelligence. So you will see each of these creatures have something special. What is the specialty of an eagle? Anybody can say? Eyes, telescopic eyes they have. Horse? They can run speed. Yeah, they have speed. They can run very fast. Dog? Yeah, they can smell and find out a thief. Can any of you smell and find out a thief? Dog can do that, isn't it? Elephant? Eating. Strength also. Nobody can eat like an elephant, isn't it? Polar bear, I told you just now, they can sleep 6 months in a year. Like one of my friends in IIT days, he slept on Friday and got up on Sunday. And I asked him, how can you sleep so long? He said, what to do, exams are over now. But nobody can sleep 6 months in a year, you see. Cuckoo?
Sings.
That's a sweet voice. Every one of them have a very, very special prerogative. So what is human being special for? I asked this question. Of course, somebody may argue that we have advanced technology where animals don't have such technology, they may say. But we can see that even after all this advancement in science and technology, which is supposed to bring about happiness, we're seeing people are dissatisfied and full of anxiety, and there's depression and unhappiness. The purpose of technology is to make you happy, but it's actually making people miserable. So, see, in animals, they never have any problem of riots or suicides. Have you ever heard animal committing suicide? They have no divorces of suicide, see? They have no drug abuse. So So, who is happy? Animals are happy or we are happy, if you see. Then in what way are we superior to an animal? This is a famous verse from Mahabharata. You can repeat after me. Ahara nidra bhayamaitunam cha samanyametal pashubir naranam dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashubis samanam. Here it says that the human beings are considered superior only when you inquire about higher dimensional science, which is the wisdom about God, His creation, His laws, the secret of inner fulfillment, all these things. To put it precisely, it uses the word dharma. Anybody can tell me what is dharma? She said bhakti in the beginning, correct? She said. So anybody can say, what do you understand by the word dharma?
Righteousness.
Okay, righteousness, okay, good. That's also good meaning. Dharma has many meanings. So we will go to the root meaning of the word dharma. Dharma means the nature of a thing. Like the nature of the table is to be a solid. Nature of water is to be liquid. Nature of salt is to be saltish. Nature of sugar is to be sweet. Like that. Nature of ice is to be like solid. In the same manner, what is innate nature in you which always goes with you? Say for example, you all have seen your baby photo. You have seen that? Maybe your mother must have clicked some photo when you were a small baby, isn't it? Later on when you grew up into 10 years of age, at 15 years of age, you see. So you have seen that you have been a small child, your body has been a small child, now you are a little grown up. As you get older also, you will see that the bodies are changing, but you are the same person, isn't it? You are observing your bodies. So what is something in you which is unchanging in you? Which is
ability to question.
Yeah?
Ability to question.
He's saying ability to question is that your dharma? Ability to question? Yeah, that is also in the Vedanta Sutra it said Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Brahma Jigyasa means to inquire. You have the ability to inquire. Inquire about what? You all have curiosity. Curiosity for what? Because you can have curiosity about many things. Even scientists are curious about their findings. They want to find out. So what curiosity? If you think very deeply, dharma, one thing, undeniable fact, everybody in this world is loving somebody. You will see that. Let us imagine a man has got very old, his wife has passed away, his children are abroad, he is alone. Even he will get a puppy dog and shower his love by giving costly biscuits. You will see that. Everybody is looking for an object to show love and to receive love. How many of you agree? Okay, anybody doesn't agree, you say that no, I don't love anybody, nor am I interested in anybody loving me. I like to be, I like to be a loner. Can anybody say like that? Everybody is looking for, like when you are a small baby, you are looking for love from the mother. As you grow up, then you have circle of friends. Then you get married within the family. So you will see that everybody is looking for showing love and receiving love, correct? There's another thing you will observe in all of us. Everybody in this world wants to give service to somebody. Like you all are here, you want to please your parents or not, sure? Correct? You want to make your mother happy, father happy. You want to come out of the course with colorful, flying colors and get placed in a good job. And you want to tell them, you have somebody in your life to make them happy, you agree?
Yes.
Trying to please somebody. And they are also trying to please you. So you will see that everybody is serving in this world. You go to a shop, he's serving the customers. You take a president of a country, he's serving the citizens. You join a company, you're trying to please your boss. Like one boy was telling me, he goes to company at 9 in the morning and leaves the company at 9. I asked him why, because he said my boss also leaves at 9. After he leaves only I leave. And also I make sure I look at him and smile at him, sir, I am still in the company at 9 o'clock. What does that mean? When you give promotion, please keep me in mind. So everybody is trying to please somebody. You agree, no? But you will see that that is actually called as dharma, to love and serve. Initially you love your mother and father. Then you love your own caste people. Then you love your state people. Then you love your country people. Now you all have come out of your country to another country. Now you love all humans now. Correct, no? You are expanding your domain now. But even if somebody loves all humans, There are people who kill animals, which means they don't love animals. Or they kill birds for eating. So when can our love be considered complete? Can any of you say? Yes?
When we are detached,
When you are detached from what?
the people we love or the things that we get from what we live.
Okay, when you say when you are detached, that is actually called as negating the negative. But what is the positive? You are right. Actually, when you are attached to things, then Dhritarashtra was attached to Duryodhana, or Kaikeyi was attached to Bharat. Therefore, they created trouble. So we should not be attached, we should be detached. But that is only negating the negative. What is the positive? Something constructive, positive. Which she said in the beginning, even before I asked it. She said about bhakti, loving God, she said. See, I told you, your mother, father, then your caste people, state people, country people, if you expand, when that love expands to all living beings, that's only possible. Vasudha eva kutumbakam. How many of you heard this? Vasudha eva kutumbakam. Whole world you see as one family, and you see God as his father of the whole world. At that time, your love is considered complete. So, see, then you will inquire about these kind of things. See here, you can inquire the higher principles. Why there is life? Why there is death? Why this world is created? Why are we suffering? See, if you put some 20 goats in a queue and feed them grass, when they go one by one inside they are slaughtered, they will not know any question to ask. They will just keep eating grass. One, they will all get slaughtered, they will not know. Imagine you put 20 students and then give them ice cream in the hand. If one fellow is put in the gelatin machine, what do you think others will do? They will run away from there. Will they be waiting in the queue? That's what makes humans different from animals. Because you don't want to suffer. Like in India I have seen, like a bull or a buffalo comes and eats from a handcart, some cauliflower or some cabbage. And he'll get beaten up. That fellow will beat him and drive him away. Next day again he'll come and eat. You've seen that?
Yes.
On the other hand, imagine you go to some relative's house, they insult you. Will you go again? People don't go for generations. Sometimes your mother, father may tell you, if you go to that city, don't go to their home because their Dadaji insulted our Dadaji. They are very sensitive to these things. Animals are not. So human beings actually have much more ability to understand finer things. Another very important difference is animals act by instinct. Humans act after thinking. See, for example, a rat gets into the rat trap and is wondering, who has kept this pakoda for me? There is nobody around, some fool has kept. And then he pulls it, immediately the door gets closed. You know rat trap? Yes. On the other hand, here I asked one man, why are you driving the car so slowly? He said, because it's a speed limit is put up, you have to drive slowly. But I said, there is no traffic police, man, there is no signal also here, nobody to watch you. He said, if you drive speedily, there is a camera which will click your number. Before you reach the home, the bill will come to you. So you are alert. So human beings can think. And on the other hand, rat and these creatures cannot think. Animals cannot think like that. Therefore, you will see the human beings know what is suffering and they want to get out of suffering. See, these are questions you can ask. Who am I? Is there a God? What is the secret of success? Is there life after death? Who is the supreme person? What is karma? What is destiny? Is there a fate? Do I have free will or everything is destined? So these kind of questions you can ask, and there is answer in the scriptures for all these things. They are all answered. How to make the right choice in life? You see, there are good fruits, there are bad fruits, you see. Similarly, there is divine qualities, there is demoniac qualities. So, see, the positive thinking, divine qualities take you up, and demoniac qualities bring you down. So human life is the only life you will see that you can think about values, good habits, character, good behavior, refined thinking, all this is possible. So now, here we are going to talk about how you can do smarter work than harder work. In those days, you must have heard a story. Once upon a time, a crow wanted to drink some water. He saw a big jar. Water was way down. And the crow thought, if I go inside, I can't come out. So you know what the crow did? Now you all can come little ahead. A lot of people are waiting outside. They don't have a place to come in. So what did the crow do? It went and brought some pebbles and put the pebbles inside. Water level rose. Is it not a smart crow? So many people say it was a smart crow because it knew the idea of how to increase the water level. Correct, no? But actually that crow is not a smart crow, it's a hard-working crow. Smart crow, who's a smart crow? He went to the juice shop and got one straw. And he drank with the straw and he flew off like this. So you want to be a hard crow or a hard-working crow, or you want to be a smart crow? Actually, in the modern times, companies are not only looking for people who are hardworking, they are also looking for people who are smart, who know how to do things easy way and innovative way. Any of you know the meaning of the word agility? You know agility. What is the meaning of agility? Their mental agility means you are flexible. You are not rigid. You are open to ideas. People agility means you can work with all types of people. You can work with angry people also. You can work with cool people also. That's people agility we call it. Similarly, job agility means even last minute assignment they give you, you will still accept it. Without getting, morose or without frowning. So it's called that. So companies are looking for people with learning agility, we call it. So, and also companies are looking for young people who are very intelligent and they can think out of box thinking, as we say. So for that you need to think smarter. Today I am going to share with you 2-3 tips on how your thinking can be made very sharp and very smart. One of the first things is about book of your life. You can see, look at this fellow on the left side, look at the fellow on the right side. Yes, I think he has lost his temper, I think, right? I don't know what happened to him. So you can see that in this way, what type of personality am I? Like that each of you can ask yourself. That's called self-awareness. Take a look at you. Am I an angry person or am I a cool person? Am I a greedy person? Am I a satisfied person? Am I a helpful person or am I a person who always thinks about myself? Am I selfless? Am I selfish or am I selfless? So you can ask these things, these kind of questions. Am I cruel or am I compassionate? So you see the below one, the book is shown. This is actually a book of your own life. Say let us assume that you all live 100 years. Each year is one chapter. In one chapter you have 365 pages. And now say one of you is 20 years old now, 20 or 21. So that means 21 chapters of your book are over. Already you have written. The rest, 79 chapters are blank white pages. That's a good news for you. You are going to write in future. And you can make your future a bright future if you want. Can any of you tell me, how do you fill up the pages of this book? With what?
Memories.
Because each page represents one day. So morning to night, how you live your life, that's how you fill up the page. Generally when we used to get a new notebook in the new copy in the school, first 3-4 pages we will write very legibly. After that everybody knows how the notebook becomes. Isn't it? Similarly when we were small children we were very good. And then as we grow up, many bad qualities come in us over a period of time. Isn't it? So how do you think we fill up the book? Anybody would like to say?
Memories.
Yes?
Memories.
He's saying memories. Actually memories, yes, it is true that your book is filled with memories when you see it later. But when you are filling up the book, how do you fill up? When you are taking the pen and you are writing.
Learning.
Experiences.
Yes?
Experiences.
His experience also is something which you reflect back later on. Isn't it? Yes?
Learning.
Learning also is something, like for example, if there was a cloth here and there was a glass here, I pulled the cloth and the glass broke, then I learn a lesson. I should not do that. Learnings come later by reflecting. But what do you fill up your notebook with? Activities. One of them said activities. And then?
Incidents.
Yeah?
Living in the present.
Okay. Of course you live in the present and what do? You do activity. Who said you said activity, right? Yeah, activity. And then?
Incidents.
Actions and activities are same.
Duties.
Of course we do our duties. They are also actions. I am looking for 2 more.
Experiences.
Experience comes later.
Routine.
Going through the routine.
Emotions?
Yeah, actually emotion is a feeling, but how do we fill up? Yeah, emotion is correct actually. Thought. We are filling up our time with thoughts. You all dream or you don't dream at all? You dream, right? You dream of things. So thoughts also. You are filling up your day with thoughts, word and deed. 3 things. The way you think, the way you speak, the way you act. 3 things. So 2 of them will give them prize. One was saying about emotion, you can come and take, and the activity also. What's your name?
Shrikar.
Shrikar, come. Give him applause, Shrikar. Who said emotion, thought? Who said that? Yeah. What's her name?
Moksha.
Moksha found out the right thing. Very good. You are applause. So, you are filling up this book with thought, word and deed. See, you can have a positive thought or a negative thought, correct now? Both are possible. Like you go to a garden, you can say garden is full of fragrant roses, you can say. Or you can say garden is full of thorny bushes. Which is true? Which one is true? First or second one? Actually both are true. Because in thorny bushes only roses come. Correct now? So, at the same time, you can choose to see the roses, isn't it? So, how do you fill up your day with what type of thoughts? Do you see... Are you critical about people around you? Or do you see the sunny side of people? That is thoughts. And similarly speech also. Do you hurt people with your speech? Or do you make people happy by your speech? Isn't it? Similarly, what are your actions? Are your actions selfishly oriented or selflessly oriented? What type of actions we do? Do we do something constructive or destructive? Or do we do something fruitful or useless? Correct, no? So that's how we fill up the book. So how many of you feel you would like to learn something today by which you would like to fill up the rest of the book more neatly, more legibly? Yes? Would you like to learn? That's what you're going to learn today. See, here is a family which is a ego-friendly family. Here is a family. So out of this, whom seem to be rich, tell me? Left side or right side? This is rich or that is rich? See, left side family is just they are all flower sellers. They are poor family. And the right side people are millionaires. But you can see they are not happy. Correct, no? So, they have lots of money, but they are love bankrupt family, you see. Whereas here, the 2 little daughters are so happy with their mother. And therefore, we have to decide how we want to write the book of our life. You want to fill your life with happiness, or you want to fill your life with moroseness? Money is not alone the parameter of happiness. Therefore, this is an example given in the Kathopanishad is given. It's a very nice example. One first lesson you are going to learn now. It is said in the scriptures that your body is like a chariot. And you are the passenger, the soul, Atma, seated in the body. Just like in a car there is a driver, right? Driver is different from the car. Like that you are different from the chariot, you are sitting. And the intelligence is the driver, and the mind are the ropes, and the horses are the senses. Just like these are 5 horses. Shrotram, Chakshus, Sparsham, Prasanam, Granam, which means eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. And they are all connected to the mind. And the mind is connected to the intelligence. This is like the intelligence. Intelligence, mind, and the 5 senses. So the Gita also, like Krishna says this, and Kathopanishad also says this, that these inputs you have to be very careful in giving the right inputs to the senses. Because whatever you see, eyes capture it and puts it in the mind. Ears also hear some sounds and puts it in the mind. Similarly, all the senses. And then the mind is like some of you said, experiences. Mind is like a hard disk which stores your experiences. Or it is like a microprocessor, you can say. Microprocessor and servo motors are connected. Like my mind is like a microprocessor, my hands, legs are like the servo motors. For example, if I program my mind with pure thoughts, then my hand may take agarbatti and do service to God. Or if I program my mind with some impure thoughts, hand may take a cigarette and smoke. Both are smoke. One is a positive smoke, one is negative smoke. Correct, huh? So it depends on what you program in your mind. Therefore the mind, and the problem with mind is mind goes by emotion and impulses. Whereas intelligence goes by reason. That's the most important thing. Intelligence can tell the mind, hey, foolish mind, you should be controlled, don't smoke a cigarette, it's not good for you, it will ruin your health, it will spoil your lungs. Intelligence can say that. But mind goes by instinctive pleasures, which give quick pleasure. So, the first point is, when I am going to say something, I should think before I say. Look before I take leap. That means, like you heard the saying, the spared arrow, the spilt milk, the broken glass, and the spoken words cannot be taken back. You heard the saying? No. How many of us have broken up a relationship with friends because of carelessness, correct, no? So therefore, use your intelligence to control the mind, and then when the mind is controlled, senses can be controlled. Is this very clear to everybody?
Yes.
See, the yellow one shows the innate qualities in us, which is quality of the soul or the Atma, pure qualities, sublime qualities. And the red one shows the acquired qualities, which means like if the rainwater is pure, like at the yellow band you see, it's pure water. When it touches the ground, it becomes muddy. That is like the red thing. The red is like the mud. It's clear? Like that some qualities have come in us. For example, some simple bad habits are given. Biting the nail, or postponing things, always. Like people postpone till the examination comes. Right? No? They don't study till the end of the semester. Some people get mood off. Somebody says, oh, it is too cloudy day, so I didn't do any work today. They get mood off. And more serious ones are like easily irritated, or you cannot play in a team. And even more serious is like lacking loyalty or bad mouthing about others. So in this way, these are examples of acquired reddish. The red one I showed you, bad qualities. But these can be removed. We will show you how. So actually, to remove these bad qualities, I am going to tell you, it's not given in the slideshow here, but you have to probably note down or you have to remember in your mind. 3 things I am going to tell you. How to change your attitude, thinking and behavior. Okay, at the end of the class I will ask you, how can you change your attitude? Only one thing you have to do for changing your attitude. Anybody can guess? Say for example, say yesterday you spent some 3 hours with somebody talking, standing in one place, your leg also pained. Then after that fellow was gone, you tell all your friends, this fellow ruined my 3 hours. The matter was a silly matter, just a 10 minutes matter. My 3 hours were gone. People say or not? Instead of saying like that, what we should say, I wasted my 3 hours. I could have spent 10 minutes. Now what is the difference between the first and second one? Who can say?
Not blaming.
Yes? Somebody said not blaming, yes?
Thinking of other person as oneself.
He is saying that we should think of other person as oneself and not insult them. He is saying, okay?
Having an empathy.
Yeah?
Having an empathy towards the
He is talking about empathy. Actually, all those things are right, but there's one very important thing. Not blaming others for our mistakes. Which means I am looking for one another word.
No complaints.
Of course, no complaints, no blaming, that's correct. But how can you change your attitude? By taking responsibility for your actions. Taking responsibility for your actions. That's only one thing you have to do in life, that's all. Like if you got into bad habits, then people blame their friends. These people ruined my, I was a good boy. These people spoiled me. Nobody can spoil you without your consent. Even the Buddha said, no one can insult you without your consent. He said, what is because spoiling with bad habits? Like in America only, there was one billionaire, multi-billionaire who died due to drinking. He had 2 sons. The first son became a drunkard, and he also was in deathbed. And the second son became a high court judge. He became a very learned man. So the staff reporters asked him, how is it that the elder son became so spoiled, you became like this? So the elder son said, my father spoiled me, he said. He was a drunkard, he spoiled me, he said. Younger boy said, I learned from my father what not to do. So ultimately choice is with whom? With us. That's the first lesson you learned. You want to change your attitude in life, you be the change what you want to see in others. Don't blame others. So 2 things, don't blame others, take responsibility, that's all. Similarly, changing your thinking, you should change your thinking from negative to positive. I already told you the example of the rose garden I told you. So, in life, you should always accept life as a gift of God, and which means when somebody gives you a gift, you will not criticize, correct, no? Will you tell anybody, why did you bring such a cheap gift? You should have brought a costly one. Will you say that? Accept things the way God has gifted you. Whatever He has given you, try to utilize it to the best ability. And don't be negative about life. Like sometimes IT engineers, after 30 years of working, they say, oh, I have ruined my health, I could have become a teacher. And the teachers in the colleges, they say, oh, because I am a teacher, I am not so respectable, I could have become an IT engineer. People always talk about what they don't have. People don't talk about what they have. So, therefore, to change your thinking, two things. Be positive and do self-awareness. Which means take a look at yourself. Two things you have to do. Take a look at yourself, what kind of person am I, how can I change it? And also give compliments to people in your life. This will change your thinking. Third thing, behavior. Very easy thing. Easiest out of the three is behavior you can change. Like what is behavior? How do you deal with others? How you speak to others? How you deal with others? Do you treat people fairly or do you cheat people? Do you make promises and you break promises or you keep your promises? So think about it, how you deal with people. So three things. Know the right, choose the right, discipline the right. You remember these three? Changing your behavior. First of all, know the right by studying Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures we know. Know the right. And choose the right. And do the right. Do the right means discipline the right. So that's how you can change all your habits. Of course, I am now going to go to the root of all the habits and everything, which is personality type. Now you all can check your personality, what type of personality you are. So look at these three fellows. Can somebody comment on the first picture? What is the difference you see between the three? What is the first one? What comes to your mind when you see the first one?
Appreciation.
Yeah? Appreciation. So the boss is giving appreciation to the subordinate, okay? Encouragement. He is encouraging, appreciating. And also he seems to be cool-headed right now. He is peaceful.
Talking to face.
Yeah?
Talking in front of face.
Talking in front of face, okay? And the second fellow, what is he doing?
Back.
In the second fellow, who is unhappy, the boss or the subordinate? That's called Rajaguna, passion. Passion troubles you and troubles others also. And the third one fellow is depressed fellow, see? He's depressed. I think COVID time company went down, I think. Goodness, passion, ignorance. Remember these three names and then we will see in detail. See, Nidra, Alasya, Pramad. Three words Lord Krishna uses in Bhagavad Gita for the Tamoguna. These people sleep too much. Night also they will sleep 12 hours, daytime also another 4 hours. They sleep too much, these people. Alasya means lazy people. They always postpone things. They don't take initiative at all. You know, the fox never takes initiative. If tiger leaves some pieces of flesh, he will eat that only. He will not work at all. Similarly, some boys, sometimes you find boys, girls, they don't do their assignments. Somebody has done it, they'll copy it. That is like not taking initiative. And pramad means mad, because they put substances into their body which are harmful for the body, like liquor, drug, or tobacco and things like that. And then you can see the qualities, laziness. Laziness leads to oversleep. They are inattentive while hearing, and they'll keep asking. They always postpone. And in this way, these are the people who suicide also because of insecurity. They get insecurity. They always have unhealthy comparison. They will not think about what am I doing. They will always say about, oh, so-and-so has done, so-and-so has done, what will happen to me, I am finished. They will think like that. And they are unable to make decisions also, you see. Indecisive, insecure, fearful. Oftentimes these people secretly cry. They'll bolt the door and they'll be weeping inside. So these are mode of ignorance people, tamoguna. See here, and rajoguna, you see, mode of passion. Sangha and Trishna is saying, these are very over-ambitious people, like a lion. They cannot play in a team. See the pictures you will see. See the bottom, left bottom. All those fellows are working in a team. This fellow cannot work in a team. See? He always wants to get ahead of all people. He doesn't care about others. See, and he envies the other people. See the right bottom? Right bottom. He is looking at his friend is going in bossing tendency. They make snap decisions for which they regret later. They are proud. They want to show glamour and see glamour. Angry people. These are Rajoguna. And Sattoguna, The example of a cow is given here. See, cleanliness, regulation, simplicity, thoughtfulness. See, the main thing is goodness means you think and act. Rajoguna means you partially think and you act. Tamaguna means you don't think and don't act. No thinking, no acting. That's Tamaguna. Okay. I'm going to give you a situation here. Here's a song, you see. A caterpillar tired of a long distance walk, kept his basket aside and slept off under the shade of a banyan tree that was full with a group of mischievous monkeys. After a while he got up from his sleep and found his basket was totally empty. The monkeys had picked up each one a cap and bearing on the head soon climbed up the tree. Some of you may be knowing this story, don't tell the answer. If this Bania, this businessman was in Tamoguna, which means mode of ignorance, what he would have done? That you have to tell me, okay? Only you answer the question which I am asking you. You raise the hand, don't give the answer. I will give you opportunity. If you, with one hand up, please.
He would have ignored and he would have accepted his loss and moved away.
He says that he would have accepted his loss and moved away. Anything else he will do? He will see that the basket is empty now and all the monkeys are wearing the caps. He will accept his defeat. Now it's gone, now I have nothing, now business is doomed now. He is going to be depressed also. Maybe he will cry also. He will go and tell his wife, business is finished now. Correct, no? That is in ignorance. Okay, very good. What's your name?
Nikhil.
Nikhil, very good. And then? And if he is in passion, what he would do? Anybody else?
He would
Yes.
have thrown stones at
He would pelt stones at the monkeys. Very good. Isn't it? He would become angry on the monkeys. How did you guys take my caps? Or he may take a stick and whirl it. Do you think monkeys will give back the cap? They will all jump to the other trees and all the caps will be lost. And if he is in goodness, what he would do? Yes?
Feed banana.
Just throw his cap on.
Of course, how did he do that? What impelled him to do that? Thinking. That's the point. So let us give one prize for our friend behind. What's your name?
Nikhil.
Nikhil, come here. And your name?
Raja.
Yes, Nikhil and Raja told the first two answers. Yeah, please come. Give them applause. So, exact answers they gave what I was looking for. Very good. Thank you. So, and the goodness one, many of you knew the answer because in India some of you have heard the story in your school days. Story is well known, but the concept behind the story is not known to many people. The concept is, he thought that what do the monkeys do generally? What is their psychology? So nowadays all over the world people study psychology of people, correct? No? Otherwise how can you sell your product? Unless you know what are the needs of the people. You cannot sell. So he studied psychology of monkeys. What do monkeys do? Whatever you do, they copy. So if I take my cap and put it in the basket, they will copy the same. So he thought and acted. Thinking. So you should be able to think. For example, if you take the number 8 and you cut it vertically, what do you get? You get 3 and you get W. If you do like this. One you keep like 3, you get W like this, isn't it? If you cut it into 2 horizontally, you get 2 zeros. Right now? Or if you cut it and keep it like this, you get a M. So you should be able to picturize. You should be able to creatively think. So those who are able to creatively think, they have extra edge. And out of the 3, who can creatively think? So who can creatively think? Which guna? Tamaguna, Rajaguna, Sattva-guna? Sattva-guna they can creatively think. See here, this one, there is Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. Commercial businessman is generally Rajasic. He is very aggressive. He just wants to make money. Similarly, very Sattvic people are very enlightened souls. They are very noble and completely selfless. But if you want to be a leader with noble vision, you need a combination of Rajaguna and Sattva-guna. See, Rajaguna has passion like a flood, and Sattva-guna puts restrictions like a dam. So when a flood is controlled by a dam, then you can harness the power of the dam very well. So you want to be like a flood or like a dam? You have to be like a dam. Because dam, you can open it whenever you want. Otherwise flood doesn't do any good. People who are in passion, they cannot do any good. Therefore they always consider the saintly people. Like Chandragupta Maurya was guided by somebody. Who was it? Chanakya. Shivaji Maharaj was guided by Samarth Ramdas. You will see that. Dasharatha was guided by Vasishta. Pandavas were guided by Dhaumya Rishi. Like that, everybody had some saintly personality to guide them. Shivaji Maharaj was guided by Tukaram. Like that you will find. So you will find that our Rajoguna has to be, like for example, if you take a flood, imagine there is one bank of the river, another bank, third bank. Similarly, your parents, your teachers and God, they all put some restrictions for you, isn't it? That's how your energies are conserved. Otherwise, you would have gone astray in this world. Now, you are all in America now. In America, they talk about a lot of freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of action right now. So, with that being the case, should we have absolute freedom or there should be some discipline in our life? What do you think? Okay, how many of you feel that there should be discipline in our life? There's a need. Oh, good number. Okay, thank you. How many of you say that no, there should be absolute freedom? Oh, nobody. Amazing it is. Very good. So I don't have to explain much about this. Like in a garden, if you do trimming of the plants, it looks very elegant looking, right? Otherwise, plants grow in any direction. Similarly, in the traffic also, when there is a traffic going, is there a need for regulating the traffic or not? Let us assume there is no traffic policeman, no signals. Let everybody be free. What will happen? Two things can happen. Who can say? Traffic jam is one thing. Another thing? Accident. Correct, no? Therefore, it's regulated. Similarly, in a gas cylinder, there is a regulator. If you don't have the regulator, there is likely to be an explosion. Correct, no? Therefore, our Rajoguna should be guided by Sattva-guna. If you can do this, you will be called as a Raja Rishi or a noble leader. Raja means Rajoguna, Rishi means Sattva-guna. When you combine these two traits, you become a powerful, energy-conserving leader. You become. See, we all are wasting our energy in anger, lust and greed. One doctor says that when you become angry excessively, it's like running 5 miles distance. That much energy you waste. When you become angry, you drain your energy. At that time, adrenaline also secretes from your hypothalamus glands. It creates stiff neck. It increases the blood pressure also. So angry people are prone to mental related illnesses also. In the same manner, excessive greed, excessive unhealthy comparisons, inferiority complex, and brooding over the past, fearing about the future. These are all bad qualities which can be very easily removed if you get the sattvic guidance, saintly guidance. So, okay, what are the things that can boost our sattva-guna in us? A, for association of saintly people whose hearts are filled with positive qualities of love, compassion, devotion and all. They are saintly people mean they are godly people, they are filled with all positive qualities. Also study books like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Ramayana. These books help you a lot in knowing something practical application in your life. See, for chanting, meditation. And chanting also calms your mind and gives you direction. We chant this. In the beginning I sang, correct? No? That is Kirtan we call it. And this is called Japam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We chant like this. No money. If you don't have mala with you, you can chant with your fingers also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you fold one of your fingers. No? Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like Om. And then you 10, 50 are over. Then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you release those 5, 5, 5. How many are over? 100. And then 8 more. How many? 108. You're sitting in a park, you can do that. It's very easy. If you don't fingers, you can do that. And any time of the day you can do. So you try this 10 minutes every day. 10 minutes of chanting, 5 minutes of 1 page of Bhagavad Gita. Totally 15 minutes out of 24 hours. How many of you feel it's not a big deal? You feel. Correct, huh? 15 minutes for God. He has given you 24 hours. Can't we give 15 minutes for Him? Isn't it? So, in this way, chant 1 round 108 times, any time of the day, and read 1 page of Gita daily. And it will increase your sattva very much. And the diet, actually, fruits, milk, grains, cereals, vegetables, all these things are very good for increasing sattva. Nowadays, doctors have found out that the tiger has got only this much long intestine, and the gastric juice of the tiger is 20 times more concentrated than human. So it very quickly digests and throws out the meat. Whereas when we eat meat, it goes through a long course. and it causes varieties of problems like blood pressure rise, heart problem and all those things. So some of you may be eating meat here. There are religious reasons for which we don't eat meat. You know that you don't want to harm the poor creatures. But scientifically also we can show, anatomically we can show, it is very harmful for the body. To tell you one very scientific fact, I'll tell you. One day when I was a small school-going boy, we were chasing a big pig, this much long pig, very fat pig, along with the piglets. We were taking a stick and driving it, running away up to the garden. And then there was a door there, dead end. Then the pig got afraid that we are chasing it. So the pig turned around and showed the teeth to us, like that. Then we started running away. Then the pig was chasing us, we all ran into our homes. So initially the pig was doing flight, now he is doing fight. This is called as fight-flight response. When you are killing animal also, animal does the same thing. When you are trying to kill the animal tries to escape first. And when it cannot escape, it shows the teeth and becomes violent. So when you eat that animal product, it is a product of violence and fear. It's a product of violence and fear, which causes adrenaline. How many of you know about adrenaline and endorphin? You heard about this? It causes adrenaline. If you eat that product of adrenaline, then you also get adrenaline. But vegetarian food is actually prescribed for humans, fruits, milk. Don't worry that you will be not strong by eating vegetarian. Elephant is also vegetarian. Do you know that? Elephant is strong or weak? And the fifth one is environment. Like right now you are all sitting in a temple ambience, temple environment. Keep coming here to the temple, take darshan of the deities, chant Hare Krishna, take part in kirtans, take prasadam. In this way, take out a little time once a week, visit the temple. And so you all can remember A for association, B for books. Which books? Novels? Or comics? What books? Wisdom literature, books like Bhagavad Gita. C for chanting. D for? E for? Remember this. This is how you can increase the sattva in your system. See here, Harvard University research reveals that mantra meditation is the relaxed state of the yellow zone you see is actually chanting people get that. It's called as alpha level, alpha platform. Below that is called delta, the black one. That is tamoguna. Above one is rajoguna, red one. See that lady, how she's angry, you can see that. Rajoguna lady. And below you find tamoguni. And middle one is, so if you chant regularly, daily, 108 times I told you, you will experience this, okay? So, here another self-test. This is actually for time management. How many of you would like to learn a quick tip for time management? Now you are going to learn, you are about to learn it just now. But before you learn time management, as a test for you, you can see this one. Are you a plus time manager or minus time manager? See, I am showing you three things. Right now what you have to do, the activity for you is, see, are you very good in planning or working hard or interacting with people? Which one you are good at? Whichever one you are good at, put plus. Whichever one you are not so good at, put minus. Okay? It may be plus minus plus or plus 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 or minus minus minus, whatever. In your own mind you do it. Don't tell your friends. It is about your own personality. I am going to show the answers now. You will come to know, are you a plus time manager or a minus time manager? You can check yourself. How many of you are ready now? You are ready? Okay. See, you understood the question now? Some of you may be planning so long that the technology will change. It has happened for some people like that. They become obsolete. Or some people don't plan at all. They get into work, they are workaholics. They get into work. And they work so hard, they find that somebody else has already done it 5 years ago. They are reinventing the wheel right now. And some people are people. They will interact with people, gregarious fellows. All the time surrounded by people, only they won't do any work. They are very popular people. So, do you do 1 out of these 3 or 2 out of these 3 or 3 out of 3? Let us see. Okay, and here is the answer now. If you all the 3 are doing, you are a balanced person. If you got plus plus minus, you do your own things well. You don't care about others. If you got minus plus plus, that means you work hard for others, but some people go to teach others. So many, they themselves don't study. Some subjects they have not completed. Some people are like that. Plus means you have good intentions, but no work gets done. That means you plan well and you interact well, but no work is done. So how many of you got answers about your personality here? You got plus, minus. 2 pluses you must have got. Okay. Now if you didn't get 2 plus, you got 2 minus. That means you are a negative time manager, you see. See, if somebody is only planning, he is called as a daydreamer. You know the story of that lady who got a pot of milk. She said, I'll sell this milk and then I will buy more cows and I'll get more milk and more cows. Then I'll marry a landlord. And if that fellow doesn't listen to me, I'll give him a big slap, she said. And while giving slap, the pot fell down. And all the milk went to the gutter. So in that way, some people keep on dreaming without doing anything. And people who work only hard, they're called workaholics. So, see, if you got 2 minus, you are in this category, one of the category. Are you a daydreamer or a workaholic or delightful and incompetent? If somebody is minus, very dangerous. Quickly they have to change. Very serious thing it is. Okay. See, how do you manage your time depends on your happiness. The 4 hormones, if they are not released due to overtime, spent with media gadgets. These are dopamine, endorphin, serotonin, oxytocin. All 4 are very important. You see, the first one is feeling of sense of completion, the joy of completing. And the feeling of healthy and joyful feelings, that's endorphins, which is sattva. In sattva people feel that. And feeling of selfless contribution, not standing on others, but not stamping on others. And feeling of social connection. See, these 4 things are lost by too much media absorption. Because many of you may be aware that nowadays artificial intelligence, they are doing more and more research. They want to describe everything about life in terms of, material function. When they are saying that they are going to increase, like you all may be knowing Netflix right now. Netflix is really swallowing several hours of people. Because very high quality videos they produce and people get lost. We are eventually going to live in a virtual world where you will not get time to connect with your brothers, sisters, mother, father, with your family, friends. You are going to get virtual world. So therefore, we have to think about how am I spending my time. Okay, there are 4 quadrants, you see. The first quadrant is do now. Immediately, it's emergency, it's urgent and it is important. For example, you didn't study in the whole semester, now the examination is coming in a week. So it is urgent and important, correct now? Do now. Now throw everything else away, now you study now. Like that. And the quadrant of quality, second quadrant, which is important but not urgent. For example, now you are all beginning the semester, correct? Right from now, if you nicely study, you are in quadrant 2 now. You can plan for the whole semester, first month, second month, third month, fourth month, what all I will do. So quadrant of quality. Now you can pay quality attention. One simple example I'll give you. In India, for example, when you have a gas cylinder, the wife is telling the husband, see, the gas cylinder will get over in 1 week, she's telling. She's in which quadrant? Quadrant 1 or 2? Quadrant 2. And the husband is saying, okay, I'll bring it. Now only 3 days are left. She's telling 3 days left. And 1 day left. And the next day morning she is cooking, sabji is half cooked and the gas has got over. It's in which quadrant? 1. That means things not done in quadrant 2 will come to? Yeah. If you keep them pending. There is a true example of this Rajdhani Express in India. When it was going, there was an accident once. You know that? There was a bridge which had a crack. One fellow took a photograph and gave it to station master, said there's a crack in the bridge, should be repaired. And the master said, we will do it. 6 months they didn't repair it. So once the train was going, the bridge collapsed. So from quadrant 2 it became breakdown after that. Then the trains didn't go for some time. So a stitch in time saves nine, you say, no? So therefore, the quadrant 2 involves things like, training yourself in skills, planning, organizing your thoughts, preparing, forecasting what's going to come in future. That is quadrant 2. Self-development, everything. Conserving your energies, increasing your sattva, that is quadrant 2. And quadrant 1 means it's passion, because it's crisis. See the third quadrant of deception, useless phone calls. Sometimes people make useless phone calls, useless talks also, gossip and everything. Actually, it's not third quadrant is not as bad as fourth one. fourth one is called Quadrant of Waste. There are several time wasters I am going to show you now. Don't waste your time with them. You can avoid wasting time with those time wasters. So please all of you repeat this 4D. Decide. Decide. Do now. Delegate. Delete. So these are 4 Ds you have to decide, plan in your life. When you are in quadrant 2, you have time to decide. When you are in quadrant 1, you have to do now. There are things you can delegate to others. You don't have to do it yourself. And then there are things you can, like for example, sometimes I am trying to figure out something in computer. 1 hour went, I couldn't figure out. Instead I call my video man, in 2 minutes he will sort it out. The things which can be delegated should be delegated. Okay, now here comes the activity for you. See, now I am going to show you one sentence. You have to tell me it's in which guna. Sattva-guna, Raja-guna and Tama-guna, okay? Let's see. First one, never setting goals or setting goals and not sticking to them. Which guna it is in? It's in Tama-guna, Raja-guna, Sattva-guna. Anybody can say why it is in Tama-guna? They are not putting any thought, they are not planning any goal, nor are they sticking to any goal. It's aimless life. Correct? Therefore, the Tamaguna. People waste time in this. Then, second one, moving around socializing too much to feel security. Is it Tamaguna or Rajaguna? Yes? Anybody? No, it's Tamaguna because to feel security they are socializing. Rajaguna means to become popular. Yes, low level of concentration and getting easily distracted by trivial things. Sure? Is it Tamaguna or Rajaguna? See, easily distracted means Rajaguna because you have, like if there are 120 channels or 150 channels, you will keep on shuffling from one channel to another. Let us see what is happening here, what's happening, that's Rajaguna actually. You can't, nowadays choices are less or more nowadays? Too many choices. Therefore Rajaguna is also increasing. Therefore they are distracted. They can't do one thing at a time. One thing at a time means Sattva-guna. Like we are chanting in the morning. We chant a couple of hours. Chanting means chant while you chant, play while you play, eat while you eat, sleep while you sleep. Night when you lie down, you get sleep immediately, or 1 hour your mind is reeling. If 1 hour mind is reeling, that means you are not doing one thing at a time. As soon as you lie down, you should go to sleep. That is what we do. Night we are thinking, oh, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. And daytime we are thinking, I am feeling sleepy now. Isn't it? So sleep while you sleep, play while you play, eat while you eat, meditate while you meditate, like that you do it. Doing more than one thing at a time and accepting unrealistic deadlines. What is it? Rajaguna. Because he accepts unrealistic deadlines. Getting involved in everything to gain credit and popularity. Rajaguna. Indecisive and postponing decisions. Yes? You are doubtful about this? They always postpone, Tamaguna people. Thinking no one else can manage my work if I am absent. That's Rajaguna. This is actually, he will not share credit with anybody. And then feeling difficulty to work with highly accomplished smart leaders. It can be Rajaguna or Tamaguna. In Rajaguna, a person feels that my subordinate should not become equal to me. He has a fear. And in Tamaguna, he is feeling insecurity. Both are possible. Forgetting things or badly organized unclean desk. That is Tama. Yeah. And looking for too much perfection in job leading to micromanagement. Rajaguna. Rajaguna people will not empower the subordinates. Rather, they will try to micromanage them. So why I showed you this? These are examples of how we all waste our time in our life. That means, if you go back to this, which you saw here, quadrant 4, that is Tamaguna. We have to delete it. And quadrant 3 also is Tamaguna and Rajaguna mixture. These 2 quadrants you should delete it. That means not important, urgent, not important, not urgent. So for that you should be able to intelligently observe the things that come in your life. You have to be a very good self-observer. And these are the 2 quadrants which are important for you. Out of the 2, which is more important? 1 or 2? 2 is more important because training, education, empowerment, planning, all those things. Okay? So let us see in our life, if you introspect, you will see that You know? Relationships bring joy at home and results bring joy in the college or office, correct now? These are 2 R's of life which everybody is looking for. Relationships and results. So, now this is a secret. You see, these are all item quadrant 2. You can take a snapshot of this and keep with you. See, improving communication with people. If you have good communication, you are likely to be successful. And if you have a quarrelsome communication with others, people may not like to work for you, correct now? Similarly, better preparation in advance, better planning and organizing, taking better care of yourself and conserving energies. Like people do yoga, pranayama, meditation and all. Seizing new opportunities in advance. Make, like we say, the early bird gets the worm. Yeah. And personal development and preventive maintenance, empowerment, all these things. Okay? Empowerment means empower your subordinates. So, now if you see, you can see this.
Why are successful people waking up at 4 a.m. and not a different hour? What is the secret behind it? Well, they know how their brain works, and they take advantage of their brainwave states and brain chemistry. The brain produces electrical patterns, often referred to as waves. When you're first awake, your brain operates at around 10.5 waves per second. The range from 8 to 13 hertz, or cycles per second, is the alpha stage. It's been called the gateway to the subconscious mind. But when you wake up this early, you are between theta and alpha. The mind is capable of deep and profound learning, being fully aware and focused with an effortlessly calm mind. In other words, you don't have to work as hard. You are not thinking. You just relax into the moment. Another important fact, known by all successful people, is when you wake up, your subconscious mind is most impressionable and soaks up information like a sponge. Whatever you hear, see, or are exposed to in the first 20 minutes will affect you and set the tone for the rest of your day. This is why they meditate, listen to affirmations, and not checking their social media and emails so early. They choose consciously their tone of the day, being focused and positive and not being distracted. They choose to go to bed early and use the premature hours of each day in their own advantage. They make up a routine of waking up before the sun starts to shine and go to sleep after the sun goes down. Why do they go to bed so early? Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is where you can get the most from regenerative and deep sleep. After 2 a.m., sleep lacks the quality that you need as it becomes more superficial, chronically depriving your body of the regenerative sleep which you can enjoy between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. makes you wake up in the morning even more tired than when you went to bed. If you are among those that usually fall asleep well past 10 p.m., you should consider changing the situation. Set up a goal to go to bed earlier by 15 to 30 minutes each week until you hit 10 p.m. bedtime goal. Early risers like Apple CEO Tim Cook, Oprah Winfrey, and Dwayne Johnson choose to greet the day at the crack of dawn because that's where motivation is created, and they don't need to ask for it. That silence of early morning hours is what helps them use their potential to the maximum. Successful people choose to use every minute available in a day because their life's purpose is higher than any other short-term pleasure or comfortable bed mattress. They instill this habit of waking up early in their DNA because they understand how a strong and consistent routine can support a successful life. The human brain can work at its maximum potential when it doesn't have to multitask. The quality level of work is highly dependent on the level of focus. When there are no distractions and noises to disturb concentration, the brain has a great capacity to focus on certain tasks and thus generate a balanced rate between quality and work. Successful people are aware of this, and they use their alone time in the early morning to take full advantage of their brain's functioning capacity. High achievers understand that premature hours of the day allow them to make better decisions as their energy levels are at their peak. Those who live a grand life understand that early morning willpower helps them to achieve high levels of discipline. A disciplined morning guides them towards a whole day of discipline, and this is exactly what supports their successful life. As soon as the alarm goes off, you're facing a bump in the road, and it's up to you to get over it or not. It's up to you to decide whether you use your time in your advantage or not. When everybody else is still dreaming and sleeping in their comfortable beds, it's your time to shine. It's your time to get out of your comfortable zone and have that well-deserved breakthrough. The early morning hours are moments where you can be ahead of things without being distracted. It's a time where you can focus and pay attention to what really matters.
Yes, sir. Billionaires get up at 4 a.m. Many students are not aware of this. People sleep at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock. But if you 10 to 2 is the time, and pitta and other things secrete in the body, even according to Ayurveda also. So 10 to 2, 4 hours, if you sleep well, then you will be able, like many of us, like myself, I'm brahmachari last 30 years, I sleep at 9 o'clock, 8:30 to 9, I sleep, I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I can work, rest 18 hours I can work, and I don't have to lie down at all. All day I can be fresh. So you get 18 hours and just 6 hours rest, that's all. So you will see that this is another thing. Sattva guna means early to bed and early to rise. Makes you healthy, wealthy and wise, you know that. So now I am concluding this because there are also 8 sessions course. We call it as a Discover Yourself course. Where you learn 5 S's you will learn there. One is about the soul. As a driver drives the car. The imperishable soul is the driver of the body. So you will understand about the discovering your own inner self, who you are, and how you sit in the body, and what the knowledge of the soul is very deeply explained in Gita. And that's the knowledge that made Arjuna confident in the battle of the Kurukshetra. Second is about the supreme. Just like I'm operator of the bodily car, similarly there is a big operator, the cosmic manifestation. So you will be learning about the big brain behind the universe. You will learn more about it. We actually combine science and spirituality and teach with a lot of videos and scientific evidences. And the scriptures, the law codes for every human being. There are many books based on the scriptures, like you see below. So scriptures give you the compass on how to know what is the true north, what to do, what not to do, everything you learn. And then the solutions to all the problems. Actually, many modern day solutions are stopgap solutions, but you will learn the Vedic solutions which are going to the root of the problem and removing the problem, uprooting it completely. You will learn about those solutions. And sound vibration, this is George Harrison. He says spiritual music is the way to go inside to your own temple and calm down your mind, he says. So there is a David Brand Wolf has researched about the Hare Krishna mantra which we sang in the beginning. There's a doctorate thesis in Florida University. So they have shown benefits like, the depression can be completely eliminated. Even there are diseases, mental diseases can be completely removed by chanting. He has shown many example evidences.